Going live. I'm on Skid Row Light. Huh? Baby Skid Row. I don't like it get any better. Doggy distress. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes before I get started here. You know, gotta know my take. I don't think poor people should have pets. You know, that's just me. Let's get started. There's gonna be a lot of changes in the kingdom, man. You're gonna be a super coon or on an elite kind of heathen status in order to get a pet in the kingdom of heaven, man. A lot of freedom's going away for you other nations. But as for Israel, we're gonna be good, and that's an understatement. You know, what's buried in good? They say it's gonna be awesome. Oh shit! That shit done slid off, man. Let's get started. Let's get started. Before I get started, let me give all praise and glory to Yahweh, for Hashem, Yahweh Shah, for Hashem Kakadash. I'm back out here, man. Friday. These weeks going fast and fast, man. Fast, what's going on now? It's getting faster and faster, man. We're almost out of the first quarter. You know, time flies. I thought Jake was being funny, but he's coughing for real. That he's trying to disrupt the word, man. Get ready to bring out, but oh well. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 8 and 12 so I can get out of here, man. It's depressing looking at this down here. You know? It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 12. It says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged. Yeah, so you got, you ever seen some wicked ass people, wicked ass Jake? And he's always in some BS, man. Always wicked, doing the utmost wickedness. And you're like, man, this motherfucker got no end. Like he gonna live forever. You know? Like he don't know the name of the Lord. He don't do nothing. He don't pay no tithes. You know, he a damn near atheist. And then it says, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before Him. So yeah, it's gonna go well with the men of the Lord and women who fear the Most High, man. You know, you think you're just gonna, like they say, just walk up or cruise off into the sunset without nothing happening to you, man. It's wicked as hell. It don't work that way. You're gonna be visited, man, sooner or later. You know, no one gets away scot free, man. You know, everybody's on that chopping block, so to speak. Scriptures say nobody perished being innocent, man. So you can't stand on a high horse talking about, oh, you holy than thou art, you know? You know, so you see a wicked Jake, you know, he's 70, 80, 90 years old, man. Still wicked as hell. Still eating all kind of abominable food. Those abominable broths you mentioned. But it's gonna go well with you if you serve Yahweh by Shimmy Shop, man. That's all you got to worry about. You know? Like it says, I think, is it Wisdom of Solomon? Where it says, don't don't be worried about how the wicked gonna be punished, you know, roughly paraphrase. No, so don't worry about Jake, whether he's gonna get judged or not. You know, it's coming. You know, just like the sun coming up in the morning, Jake is gonna get judged, man. You know, and it's just that simple. You know, it's like the sun rises and sets. The Most High executes judgment, man. So don't stress yourself out about it. You know, and you know, I like to say I'm talking to myself too, man, because you know, you just be waiting for Jake, man. You like, man, this motherfucker wicked. He always doing some BS. Like when the Lord gonna get his ass, man. You know, that's what you be thinking. Like when is the Most High is gonna take his ass out? You know, and like I say, man, I gotta chill out. You know, that what I need to know that he's not gonna escape. I don't know. Let's see if I can connect this tablet here. It was just connected a minute ago. Son of hold on, let me see if I can connect. Give me a couple minutes here. If not, then I'm just gonna keep on rolling. I hate getting in the spirit and stop. But we're just gonna keep it moving, man. It won't connect for some reason. Let's go to Sirach 12 and 6. This is Sirach, or known as Ecclesiasticus. And 6 says, "For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment." So yeah, everybody talking about, oh, he just hates the sin. Well, here it is. Most High said he hateth sinners, man. And that's another cut. Oh, the God doesn't hate. Well, his book, the Bible, say otherwise. So not only he hates Esau, but he hated sinners too, man. Let's talk about something there. It says, "For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly." So yeah, your ass is not gonna get away from judgment, man. You know, you've been wicked in your past life, and you come here on the earth to serve out your judgment. You know, some people get a blessing, man. Some people live 70. Some people get an extra, live to 80, man, or longer. But you almost, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but you know, it's a good chance you're gonna reach 70 years old. After that, you're on borrowed time. You know, anything after that is a high five, man. Because what's his name over that dirtbag Jesse Jackson? I think he lived to what, 84? So the Most High did him a solid, man. You know, he gave Jesse a little extra. You know, and he got his judgment too, man. He got his ass up out of here. He got his ticket punched. Let's go to Nahum 1 and 3. This is Nahum 1 and 3. It says, "So the Most High is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked." So yeah, he's not gonna let you get off scot-free, man. You can't get you a good attorney and go to the Most High and say you want clemency. Huh? Like, oh, Most High, I paid my lawyer a retainer, such and such, and I don't think I need to be judged, man. You know, so the Most High, he ain't that type of judge. Your ass is gonna get paid back. You know, you can't pay the Most High off, man. Your money's no good with him. I don't give a damn what kind of attorney you got. You know, and on top of that, he's not even respect a person. If money's no good, and don't give a damn who you are, man. From the smallest to the greatest, to the richest to the poorest, man. You gonna get the business, man. Like they say, your ass is gonna get the business. It says, "Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm, and in the clouds, and so like and the clouds are the dust of his feet." Yeah, so whether it's a tornado, hurricane, or in the storm, No, he'll serve you up, man. In all kind of ways to put you to death. But yet so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, man, are just playing around, waiting on the next BS festival or holiday to come up. Here it is. America's about to go to war with Iran, and everybody just fucking off. Trump and Bibi is about to get everybody killed.
They have like one race a year that you said.
And he's like, oh, whatever. You know. You know. It's like, whatever. Nobody cares about the Epstein files. You know. You got pedos running the world, but nobody seems to give a shit. But it's okay, man. It's quite okay. Because the Most High is going to take care of all of it, man. He's going to put you out of your misery, man. You know, you too stupid to be roaming the earth. Especially Americans. Americans don't care about nothing, man. As long as you got money in your pocket to do whatever you want to do, you don't give a shit about nothing else. You know, these got to be some of the most selfish, soulless people on the planet, and ignorant too, man. You know, this has to be ground zero for all that. And don't even get me started about sports, man. Don't even get me started about sports. You know, this is bread and circus capital. You know, so you learn about the stats and how many yards this bozo gonna run and how many he ran. You know, and the whole time, Most High is looking at you like, hey, I'm about to pull your ticket, man. I'm about to send your ass up here to the spirit world. You know, and Bibi and Trump is working on it, man. You got Bibi and Trump working on it. They ready to push them buttons, man, for that nuclear war. You know, they say Satan Yahoo been to the White House like 8 times already, man. You know, so he's looking to get some shit destroyed. And believe me, he can't stop if he wanted to, man. Most I got his ass on on a string like a puppet. The true puppet master. You know how you run into some people and it's like trying to talk some sense into them, and they got this crazed look in their eyes. It's like, but they just still hell bent on doing whatever they want to do, man. Trying to talk some sense into them, like, hey, man, you really don't want to go that route. You don't really want to do that, and they go off and do it anyway. So that's Bibi, man. He's hell bent in going to Iran, man. And just don't know that's gonna be the start of his downfall. And America's. He's gonna drag America right into this World War III. You know, because him and Trump is in the Epstein files, man. So they gotta look out for each other and they gotta cover their tracks. So what better way than to start a war? You know, a nuclear war at that. So either way you slice it, your ass here in America, Babylon, you're gonna be judged, man. Nobody's gonna escape but the elect. Everybody else is going. Hey, whether it's gonna be for martial law that gets you, the famine, civil war, or the nukes, and various other parts of the world is going to be hit by nukes. It's going to be the biggest earthquake of all time on the planet when those nukes hit. And you're going to have Jake, getting their ass judged, man, all over the world. Because, we scattered all across the four corners of the earth. But the bulk is going to be right here in America. And this is where the greatest deliverance is going to take place, right here in Babylon. So don't think for a second that you want to get off, that the Most High forgot about your case. It ain't so, man. Like, just because you forgot, don't think the Most High have. Just because you got a short-term memory. Hey, it says he's slow to anger. He'll let your ass get away with something for X amount of months, days, or years, and then drop that hammer on your ass. You thought you done got away scot-free. Whether it's this time or from your past life. And say, he's going to pull up. The Most High is going to pull up, man. Every time. You ain't like David, man. But David got a break because he supposed to got put to death for adultery, man. Your ass ain't David. Your ass gonna get it. The Most High gonna bring it down on you, man. I wouldn't want to test that scenario. Let's go to 2 Peter. Oh shit. This is 2 Peter 3. I think. Let's start at verse 7. It's 2 Peter 3 and 7. I might go up some more. Let me see. Hell, I might stop it. Let me see. Let's start at verse 3. This is 2 Peter 3 and 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. It's a few scoffers hanging around, but not like I used to be. It used to be a gang of scoffers, talking much shit on the comment board, walking by, scoffing, snickering, laughing. But not anymore, man. They see the prophecies of truth. And they see their whole way of life or way of living going down the drain, man. Everything the men of the Lord have been saying has been coming to pass. And so these scoffers are very few now. Just walking after their own lust. Yeah, doing what the hell you want to do, man. You want to be the class clown, so to speak. What was that guy named? That was with Mike Epps. Something Harris, I believe. He was trying to make fun of the man of the Lord. Well, ain't no trying. He did make fun of the man of the Lord. And next thing you know, his ass was dead after that. And countless other scoffers that try to come against the prophets. I've lost count. How many? Talking shit. Trying to ruin brothers' lives, man, calling their jobs, you know, trying to get them fired and all this. A lot of them people dead, man. The Lord killed a lot of them people, man. He had one. I'm trying to think of the most recent. I think he died of diabetes or something. Something fairly easy, you would think, to be cured, I think he had some with diabetes, man. He used to talk shit, scoff and laugh and joke, at the man of the Lord, make cracking jokes. But most I didn't find that funny, man, and got rid of it. So you gotta watch out when you're in this truth. No, I know some men that was actually in this, and they bugged out. They complete lunatics now. So you can be a man of Lord yourself, and you start talking shit and scoffing, and the Most High bug you out and have you on the receiving end of judgment. So all this is a balance, man. It's a very, very delicate balancing act, you know. And the biggest battle is in your mind. That's the biggest battle, the spiritual part. And some men can't handle it. So it's not an easy walk. Not an easy walk, man. And this one guy that I knew, doing personally, he got bugged out, sending curses on brothers. Oh man, the Lord. Matter of fact, I know 3 off the top of my head, man. Bugged out of their minds right now. They ought to be in an insane asylum. This one guy, he got arrested, but 6, 7 months ago, he was at some church in fucking I want to say Zachary or something like that. Up there spraying some shit on the side of the church. I forget exactly what it was. But now here's a man, I was standing on the side with, we was standing side by side, bringing the word out, and then he got bugged out. Most High bugged him out. And he's a complete lunatic now. So you got to be even careful in this truth. Just your ass can be judged in the truth too, man. Just because you're a man of the Lord don't mean you can't be touched. And these 2 or 3 that I know, I know them personally or knew them personally. They got a whole different mindset now, man. It's like I don't want to say zombies, but they might as well be from another planet, man. They damn near need psychiatric help when it comes to this truth. And hey, man, so that's why you got to be in fear and trembling of the Most High, man. You got to keep that fear on you. Because you could be just like them three knuckleheads, man. So that's why it says, through the terror of the Lord, man, we persuade men. What the terror of the Lord? So because I've seen firsthand countless amount of times, man. You know what he could do to your ass, man. You know, like they say, it was all good just a year ago or a week ago. And then next week, you foaming at the mouth, man. You know, you foaming at the mouth, so to speak. Talking about he the Lord, and I'm talking about the one that was spraying the shit on the church. Talking about he the Lord, his name Jesus now. It's like, man, that's a scary sight. Man. You know, that's a very, very scary sight to see. It says, let's go start that over again. 2 Peter 3:3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. And that's what them guys had that were in the truth, man. They was walking in their own lust. They wanted to be the top guy in Israel, man. The top prophet. They want to be looked to as most wisest men. And they got put in a trick bag. The Most High exposed them, man. Pulled the blanket off their asses, so to speak. Verse 4, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? Yeah, that's what Sakari said. You know, say it could be 5 years, 10 years. We could be here another 1,000 years. And you see what happened to him. For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. So yeah, our forefathers, man, fell asleep. You know, they was all immersed in sin, man. You know, no one telling you right from wrong, man. Teaching you the law of the scriptures, man. You know, Jake went to sleep. We had that 350-year slumber period, man, where we didn't even know the name of our power. You know, we didn't know who the hell we were. All we knew, we were just a bunch of damn slaves, man, coming from Africa. Verse 5, for this they willingly are ignorant of that by the word of the Most High. The heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished. So yeah, the first world, first destruction came with the flood. So it's building up, you know, letting you know that something else is on the way.
Hey,
What's going on?
it's all good. How are you?
You know it. All right.
Good.
It says, whereby the world then was being overflowed with water perished. So yeah, it was overflowed with water, and that first world, so to speak, perished. And now something new is on the way. Verse 6, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So yeah, it says reserved unto fire against the day of judgment because the second way or the second world is going to go out with fire. It says, and of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. So you're going to take place in this nuclear fire that's coming. Yeah, the Most High could just make fire come from the sky, like Sodom and Gomorrah. But no, he's gonna make it interesting this time. You know, he's gonna spice it up a little bit. He's gonna use some thermonuclear fire this time. You know, some shit that's gonna, where you can't put a motherfucker out with, man. You know, he's gonna use something that's gonna turn you into powder, man. Ashes. He's gonna turn you to ashes, man. Radioactive ash. He's gonna make this, something out of this world, so to speak. I think it said it goes in, I forget how many millions degrees Fahrenheit, but it's some astronomical number. I think it's like 100 million degrees Fahrenheit from these nukes, these warheads that's going to go off here in America. Nothing's going to be left. Nothing. Just imagine something hotter than some shit you can't even measure, man. You know how it is, like when you're on the stove, being stupid. I'll reach over the eye of the fire, why it's on, and it'll singe my arm hair or something. Like, damn, that shit hot. I mean, hotter than that, man. To where it's gonna turn you in there, just a pile of ashes. Everything you see is gonna be destroyed, man. Nothing's gonna be standing still. It's gonna be so bad that you're not gonna even know where Louisiana starts and where it ends. Where Illinois starts and ends. All the state lines and borders are gonna be erased. This place is gonna be one big desert, a permanent desert. Let's read some more about this day of fire, because I like missile porn, man. I get excited talking about the missiles. I used to sit up at night and just watch endless amount of videos of them testing nukes and testing nukes, man. And shit like that. I would just sit up, and my eyes would light up like a kid on Christmas, man. When I see it start going into orbit, into the atmosphere, like, damn. And then you see the explosion, you're like, oh yeah, that's a good one. Say love, peace, and hair grease, huh? This is, let's go on, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow. So it said, turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow. So like making them an example to those that after should live ungodly. So just like how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, and that puts them in an example. But no, America took on the customs of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Matter of fact, the whole Western civilization has taken on the ways of Sodom and Gomorrah. So this is saying what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah is going to happen here too, man. But on a much bigger and hotter scale. You know, you just can't have a alphabet crew running the world, man. You know, the alphabet clan, if you know what I'm talking about. So the same way Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed with fire, so would this world be. You know? And we inching closer and closer to that day. You know, we inching closer and closer to that day every day. And, you know, it's gonna be a beautiful day too, man, when it happens. You know, when all this is turned into ashes, and you know, I don't have to look at a lot of you people anymore, man. You know, it's gonna be beautiful. You know, we can start over on a fresh slate then. You know, we can start over. And that's what these nukes are gonna do, man. It's gonna be the great reset that Klaus Schwab was talking about. But on a righteous note, it's gonna be a reset of righteousness, man. All this wickedness is gonna go away, man. You know, it's gonna be stomped out of the earth. You know, and you tribes, you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans are gonna have to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man. It's just that simple. You know, you're not gonna have a choice like they give you here in America. Most sides gonna make you do these laws, man. You know? Oh, I don't think there's any more 12 tribes, man. Get the hell out of here, man. It's just Judah. Oh, thanks for informing me that. I didn't know that. Everybody trying to tell me about the damn Bible, man. Yes, I spent years studying this, and you heard some shit on YouTube, and all of a sudden you a scholar. Let me stick to the Bible, and you do your panhandling, man. You know, you do your drugs, man. Let me do the Bible. You know, like you're saying, people need to stay in their lane, man. And this is not your lane, E. Sleazy E. You know, don't come up here and try to teach me. You just need to listen to the words that I'm saying, man. This ain't for debate. You know, I don't want to hear your see. Even the train agree with that. This ain't for debate, man. This is the fucking truth, and this what it is, man. I didn't just sit down and say, "Oh, I think it might be 12 tribes. I don't know, Lord, but I'm gonna go with it because I think I'm out here because I fucking know, man. Because I know. 100% sure, man. It's 12 tribes. And 100% sure about every damn thing else I'm speaking about. You know, just go get your ass off drugs, man, and leave me the hell alone. You know, I never seen a bunch of fucking Americans just know everything but don't know nothing, man. Know everything about any and everything, but don't fucking know anything, though, man. It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Never seen the smartest, dumbest people on the planet. It's ridiculous. Don't tell me. That's why the elite, or like Trump like to call them the globalists, are having a field day, man. They look out there among the masses and they see a bunch of retards, man. A bunch of retards. I'm surprised most of y'all know how to wipe y'all own ass, man. I'm surprised you don't need help with somebody wiping your ass, man. That's how ignorant these people are. Like they said that movie Idiocracy, man. This place has turned into that. You know, this place has turned into Idiocracy all day long. Everybody's just looking at asses all day long. Intrigued with an ass. Or you got women in the mirror on the phone poking their asses out all day, man. It's just brain numbing, even talking to people. Like I say, it's painful even talking to people, man. Painful. You know, forget, you know, like the 50s, 60s, and things like that. People boasted about, you know, having an education, being well read, you know, versed in different, like you might have a wood maker or something. Yeah, he takes pride in his work. Things of that sort. And now, fast forward to today, it's all about how big somebody's ass is, man. You know, you got nothing going on upstairs. Can't hold an intelligent conversation. Can barely form a sentence. But you know how to take a picture of your ass, though, man. You know how to put on some tight jeans, or for the men, they know how to scroll down and pull up all kind of asses. You know, this place is done. You know, so it's rightfully so that the Most High take this place out. You know, this whole Western civilization, nobody's learning anything, man. I think mankind has reached its peak, and it's on a on a downward spiral, man. You know, everybody impatient, ain't going nowhere. Had this one idiot one time nearly killed all of us just so he can get the canes, man. He crossed 3 lanes of traffic. Gonna kill everybody to get some goddamn chicken, man. You know? So that's what I'm like praying all the time, man. Lord, just destroy this fucking place. This is hell. About to kill everybody on the damn street, man. Some damn chicken. You know, a fucking 20, 30 quart pile up, man, because he didn't want to miss his turn. You know, so every time I read a precept, I hear about, you know, America's gonna be nuked to a crisp, man. Hey, man, I love it. This is a failed experiment, man. It's over. People dumb as hell. You know, as everybody know now, damn fucking Chick-fil-A, Canes, and looking at asses, man. That's it. Oh, don't forget sports, man. Outside of that, you can't even really talk to anybody. You know, but you talk to these Europeans, you know, people from different countries, and, you know, they have a, you know, intellectual conversation, man. You know, they actually got some substance to their conversation. Try to talk to somebody over here, and it's like, uh, um, um, yeah, I went to the store, um, yeah, okay, yeah, like what the fuck, you know, this place is vexing. So let's go on. Verse 8, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Most High as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. So yeah, so one day to the Most High is 1,000 years. You know, can you even, you know, we don't even live that full day anymore, man. Like I was speaking about earlier, if you make it to 70 years old, you think you've done something. Here it is. We're supposed to live to 1,000 years, and we don't see nowhere near that. Let's go on. I think I mixed something up earlier. Let me read that over. Let's start at verse 3, man. First Peter's, Second Peter's 3:3. Knowing this first, that there were shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lust. Verse 4, and saying, where's the promise of his coming? That's what these scoffers say, man. When is he coming? You've been saying he be coming for forever. Ever since my grandma, she been saying the same thing. You know? Well, ever since, he died upon that cross, but when he was born, man, that marked the sign of his coming. So it's been over 2,000 years. It says, for since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. Verse 5, for this they willingly are ignorant of that the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. Verse 6, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. Yeah, because, hey, you got to put wickedness out, man. And the best way to get rid of motherfuckers is drowning them sometimes, So the Lord had to drown some motherfuckers. Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and the perdition of ungodly men. Verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Most High as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. Yeah, I kind of figured. I think the tablet jumped around and I read the same, something different. So Salakia on that, man. I may have mixed up a breakdown or something. I knew it didn't make sense. So Salakia on that. Just ignore that breakdown from earlier when I was talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. Which is true what happened, but I'm not sure if I mixed it up with what I'm speaking about now. Hit that. Let's go on. Verse 9. The Most High is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Yeah, that all Israelites should come to repentance. But they ain't gonna do it. So he's not slack concerning his promise, and he's gonna get rid of this place, man. He's gonna deliver the elect. He's gonna get the kingdom, and he's gonna knock Esau, even so-called white man, ass out of power. He's not slack concerning his promise. Verse 10. But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night. Yeah, it's gonna come as a thief in the night for the ones who not watching, man. For the men of the Lord, we on our watchtower. We're watching. We're measuring the time diligently, man. We're noticing the prophecies, watching the news articles, listening to different commentary about, geopolitics. But what Jake thinking about, man? Who knows, man? Who knows what Jake is thinking about? Every time I try to keep tab on Jake out here in the world and see what they into, it changes. It just evolves into more wickedness. Says, but the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night, and the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. Yeah, that's because from the nukes being detonated, man. It's gonna be a great noise when that many warheads being detonated all over the country. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Yeah, so the elements are gonna melt. That's how hot this fire is gonna be. from the thermonuclear missiles, man. Like I said, man, I think I've read one where it's talking about it was like a couple 100 million degrees Fahrenheit. Hear me? A couple 100 million degrees Fahrenheit. What's gonna be able to withstand that, man? Nothing. It says the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Yeah. Look in America, gonna be burned to a crisp, which is gonna get it the worst. Israel's gonna be burned to a crisp. The only thing about Israel that it's gonna be rebuilt. It's gonna be, unlike America, where it's gonna be uninhabitable. Israel will be, man. Verse 11, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved. Yes, seeing that all this is going to be dissolved from the thermonuclear missiles from World War III. And it says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Yeah, so the elements going to melt with fervent heat, man. Nope. So like, let me go back up. This is verse 10. It says, and the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Verse 11, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Yeah, so your conduct should be holy, Jake. And especially for the men that's on the highways and byways, man. You know, you don't want to be partakers in the world. You don't want to be out here on the block, on the highways and byways, bringing the word out on whatever day you go out. But the whole week, you just a demon, you know? Like I'm saying, you faking the funk, man. You know, you nothing but another wolf in sheep's clothing, man. So you got to carry yourself as a godly man on and off camera. This is an everyday walk. No, this ain't just turn the camera on for an hour, 2 hours, and you know, you put on this charade, man. Like you just the most ultimate Hebrew it is. And then the camera go off, you go home. You're a level 10 demon. So I'm the same on and off camera, man. And I ain't, up here playing around with the Most High, man. Because you can fool anybody else, but you can't fool the Most High. He see exactly what your ass doing, man. He know what you're doing in your secret time. When you all alone, you got the house to yourself, got the door closed. He see you on there watching that damn training porn, man. You got all trainings in your browsing history. He sees this. We had men in this truth that was into that, man. And they got exposed. So you can fake the funk with men, but the Most High seeing exactly what's going on with you, Jake. And he's exposed plenty of men out here doing this. Like what's his face? He got called out. His woman, said he liked pegging, man. He liked getting pegged. And it came all out. She told on him, man. So you got to practice what you preach. Because believe me, it's going to come out. Yeah. Let's go on. But I said Trinity. Oh, goodness. Hey, I knew that was going to throw him through a loop, you know. But it's true, though, man. And we had this one guy, I don't know him personally, but he said he would come to camp, you know, he'd be on the block with the men, doing the work. But when he leave camp, he'd go pick up a damn tranny, man. And the most I had him bring it out and tell on himself, man. So it's gonna come out one way or another. So that was a true event, man. Verse 12, looking for and hastening until the coming of the day of the Most High. So that's what you're supposed to be doing, man. Looking and hastening that day. Not fucking just sitting back chilling, playing Call of Duty all damn day. Looking stupid. You ask you what was going on. Can you take some world events right now and line them up with the scriptures? And you talk about, oh no, let me think. No, you're supposed to know what's going on right now, man. Because as you see the events unfolding in the news, line up the scriptures and see, man, that time is close. At the time of the day of the Lord is close. So that's what a real prophet does, man. It tells you the things of what's to come before it happens. And then on top of that, you're on your watchtower, like they say, the real watchtower, not like the Jehovah Witnesses. We're talking about the real watchman. And right now, we're telling you, this war with Iran, hey man, we're getting closer and closer to the Lord returning, man. Matter of fact, we want you to go into Iran, man. Begging. Like, just hurry the fuck up and stop talking, stop trying to make peace deals, and just go in there, man. Because we know then, that's another indicator, or like I say, a big milestone. Letting you know, man, we almost out of here. This is almost over. So hey, man, we want Trump and Bibi to get together and just go ahead and send the troops in there, man. Let's get this over with and stop playing around. We know you ain't trying to get a peace deal, man. So stop lying and just send the troops in there. Like I said, man, I'm just ready for this to be over. I'm ready for this nightmare to be over, man. This is a complete nightmare. I say by any means necessary. Let's go on some more. And I might close it off on this. Verse 12, for looking for and hastening until the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Matter of fact, I'm ended on 13. So yeah, the elements gonna be melted with fervent heat. And like I said, man, it's gonna be from the thermonuclear missiles, man. It's gonna melt the elements. You know, I don't know if you watched that Fallout series, but it's gonna be worse than that, man. It's gonna be nobody around, man. Nobody's gonna survive. And I don't give a damn what kind of bunker you got. It's gonna be your tomb. You're not gonna make it out of that bunker, man. Your doomsday bunker. Verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. So yeah, we're looking for a new owner, like they say, man. We're looking for a new heaven and a new earth, man. And it's talking about a new rulership where righteousness is going to take place. There's going to be no more wickedness, man, in charge. Like they say, Charles in charge, but it's going to be righteousness in charge, all by a so-called black man named Yahushua. He's going to come back and he's going to establish righteousness in the earth. You know, he's going to take the throne, you know, take the helm. You know, and that's the day we look forward to. You know, that's what the elect is looking forward to. You know, where righteousness dwells, man. Because this whole wickedness ain't working out for us. You know, it's keeping us at the bottom. And you know, just quite frankly, man, you start being lied to all the damn time. You know, these politicians are none but fucking liars, man. You know? Who wants to go on another 50, 100 years being lied to every damn day? Taxed to death. Inflation running rampant. You know? Every 4 years, Republican. After that, you running over, oh, it's Democrat. And Republican for another 4. Then run back over here, oh, Republicans doing us bad. Let's go with a Democrat. Man, that shit is old, man. It's done. That shit is done, man. It's played out. It's old left, right. It's played out, man. You know, that whole scam, man, it's played out. Who wants to be here another fucking 100, 200, 300, 500 years, man, doing the same shit? Voting red or blue. You know, I'm here to tell you, man, the elect ain't with that shit. We just ready for it to all collapse, man. Just let it all collapse. You know, so we can get some new rulership, a new, like I say, new management, man. We get some new management in here. Yeah, when I'm talking about in here, I'm talking about the whole fucking planet, man. So yeah, we wait for the kingdom to be translated, man. Then we waiting on Yahweh Shah come back, crack those clouds with the angels, So-called UFOs, man. You know, Obama talking about, yeah, aliens are real, but what he don't know is that those aren't aliens, man. Those are actually angels in those spaceships, man. Not little green men and not fucking humanoids, man. You know, so you want to see the Lord come back on a so-called UFO, man. And then I just say, man, and shit's gonna get real sweet when that happens, man. Shit's gonna get real nice. Also, yeah, man, we waiting on that new kingdom, man. The new kingdom. And hey, I'm gonna close out on that. But before I get out of here, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem Rakakadash, Shalom. Fuck it.